Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome. It's Fury. A lot of people have been commenting, asking me how I'm able to use so many mods in my main modded Terraria series. And the answer is simple. The answer is tModLoader 64-bit by two absolute geniuses, Draydon Hunter 11 and Rartrin. If you know what that means, and you already know how to install normal tModLoader, then you could just skip the video. The link to download this is down below in the description box. But for the rest of you guys who want to know how to install it or want to hear me talk about why it's so amazing, continue to watch the video, please. Alright, so Terraria and thus tModLoader. tModLoader is just a mod of Terraria that allows you to run other mods. It's a modding API, but it's just a modded version of Terraria, and Terraria is only 32-bit. What that means is that it can only ever use a max of 4 gigs of RAM. So if you have a 64-bit OS, 64-bit version of Windows, and you have a bunch of RAM, it doesn't matter. Terraria can never use all your RAM, but this can. It can use as much memory as you have, basically. I mean, there's a max, I think it's like 512 gigabytes is the max amount. So with the 64-bit version, you can use as many mods as you want. You could probably download the entire mod browser worth of mods, and, well, you'd be able to run them all without getting a out-of-memory crash. But keep in mind that even though you'd be able to run these mods without running out of memory, some mods still are going to have conflicts, and there's still going to be maybe performance problems because of this, because of unoptimized code, because that does definitely exist. All right, so how do we install it? We're going to open up Google, and all we're going to type is tModLoader 64-bit. 64-bit. And it's right here, this first link. They're calling it tModLoader FNA right now. That's what it's been renamed to. We're going to scroll down, and the download links are here. So yes, you can use it with 32-bit, and it's just some engine improvements and stuff, but 64-bit is what you want if you have a 64-bit OS. It says right here, 64-bit operating system. I believe, I might be wrong about this, but I think that Mac and Linux are currently still being worked on, those versions, and they're not finished yet. I could be wrong about that, though. All right, so the download link is right here, and we're just going to put this on the desktop. All right, and it's finished. Make sure you don't click any links if you use the MediaFire one. So it's a 7Z file. You're going to need 7-zip to unzip that. I think 7-zip is already in Windows 10, but I might be wrong about that. So 7-zip, open archive, and here we see tModLoader 64-bit latest. And I'm just going to drag this out right now. Extract that whole folder. This I could throw out. Okay, now I have the Steam version of Terraria, so I'm going to show you how to do it with the Steam version. All right, so we're going to go to Terraria, and then Properties, and then Local Files, and then Browse Local Files. That's going to open up the folder Terraria is installed in. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just press this arrow up button just to get here, and I'm going to make a copy of this Terraria folder. I'm going to copy that, and you can put this copy anywhere you want. You could keep it on the desktop. If you want to do that, you can just put it on any one of your drives. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you make a copy of it. And of course, it's got a lot to copy, so we'll just wait until that's finished. All right, it's finished. So I have a copy of my Terraria folder. The reason why I make a copy of the Terraria folder and I don't just install it in my Steam Terraria folder is so I can do things like this. See, I have nTerraria installed in one copy of my Terraria folder. I have tconfig installed in another copy. I have TerraCustom that's actually installed in the same folder with regular tModLoader, which I still use the regular one as well. And then I have just vanilla Terraria in the Steam folder, and then 64-bit in its own folder. I like to do that to keep everything separate, and then Super Terraria World I actually have also in another folder. It's nice and clean. You know that if you want to get rid of 64-bit, all you got to do is delete that folder. The reason why I don't ever mod my regular Terraria folder is because if I ever want to play on servers, like the Pedquin server, you get banned and kicked out if it detects any mods. Anyway, so we have a Terraria folder. I'm just going to now open up this. All right, so what we're going to do here, we're going to go to the 64-bit package, double-click that, and then double-click it again. I'm just going to highlight all of these and go copy, open up my Terraria folder, and then just paste in here. And then when you get prompted to, replace the file in the destination. You can do it for all of them. All right, so now we're left with this Terraria folder. All right, take this entire folder, all right? This entire folder and drag it into here. And it will copy the whole thing over. So now, inside of your Terraria folder, this we don't need anymore. That's what we downloaded. In the Terraria folder that you copied, there will be all of the files that we put in here, we dragged in here, and then the x64 folder as well. So now, in order to launch this, you just use this Terraria exe right here. It's going to start to load all of the mods that I'm using in FMT, and it's going to take a while, but you can see that it's tModLoader FNA 64-bit. Boom. It worked. And that is how I am able to use all of these mods in my main modded Terraria series, FMT. You can use more mods than this, a lot more. But keep in mind, it depends on how much memory you have. I have 32 gigabytes of RAM, so I could use tons and tons of mods if I want to. But again, like what I said earlier, you can still run into conflicts between certain mods. And you probably, if you use a bunch of mods, you're going to run into some performance problems. I'd say if you have at least 8 gigs of RAM, this is going to be amazing for you. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's informative video. I hope that answered all of your questions. I may have missed some stuff, but I tried to be as thorough as possible. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. Peace.